Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be telling you about that how to build the coronavirus COVID-19 tracker app using async await and fetch API. In the last tutorial I have shown you that how to build the same app using the fetch API, but I will be using this async await functionality also in vanilla JavaScript in order to build the same app. So the idea is pretty simple. We will be inputting the country name and click on get data, and it will tell you the confirmed cases, recovered cases and total number of deaths. And let me just change the country to Algeria, so the same results will come in. You can see that. Now you can see that. So now we will be building this app. So in order to get started, just build the index.html file inside your editor, and just write a title which will be COVID-19 tracker web app using async await and fetch API. And for the HTML it is pretty simple. You need to, inside a div, we have a heading which is COVID-19 tracker app, like this, and after that we will be having a simple form. We will be giving an ID to it of my form, and inside this ID we will be having an input field of type text. So here we will be writing our country, inputting the country. So this is a simple input field. So here we need to define an ID, and the placeholder will be country, and it is required. This is HTML5 validation. After that we will be having an input submit button in order to submit the form here, and the value will be pretty simple. You need to get the data. So the label is get data. That's it. And now we just need to write the three divs where we will be populating the data. First will be the confirmed cases. So here I will be giving the confirmed ID. Second div will be holding the recovered cases, and the third will be deaths. Now the HTML is complete. Now we just need to write the JavaScript. It is pretty simple. As in the previous video, we first of all need to get the reference of the form. So we can do it by document.getElement by ID. Here we need to supply the ID that we given to the form. So we have given this ID as my form. After getting the reference, we need to bind a event listener to it. So when the form submits, a callback function will execute holding the event object. And first of all, we need to prevent the auto submission of the form by e.preventDefault. And now we just need to get the country that the user has entered. This is pretty simple. We can just get document.getElement by ID, the reference of the input field. The ID is country, and now in order to fetch the value we will write dot value. So this will get the value that the user has entered. Now we just need to build the URL to make the get request to the API. So the URL, we will be using this API covid19api.com. Just go to this website, and it has this endpoint which gives the data for a particular country. Let me just paste it. So here the static country is there. We need to delete it, and we need to copy paste our own country. I can just concatenate the country name. That's it. Now we will just make our custom function, COVID data function, and pass this URL to it. And now we will use the async await functionality that I was talking about. So we will add this async keyword to a function to make it asynchronous. And the function name is COVID data, and it is expecting this URL. That's it. And now we just need to make a simple get request to get the response from back from the API. So just make a response variable, and the await keyword is only valid inside async function. So we are using await here, and then we will use the fetch call in order to make a get request to this URL. Now we will use another data here in order to convert this response inside JSON. So a response.json. That's it. And now if I console log it, you will see the data will be returned to us. Now if I reload the application, you will see there is a country here. If I write India and click get data, you will see that the results are returned to me. This is the array of results. We are only interested in the last index here, which gives our total confirmed, recovered, and death cases. So let me also just console log this response when we are not converting it to the JSON. So early on, this response is returned to us. Let me just show you very quickly. So if I put in India here, so first of all, this is the response here. You can see that it has contained all the headers here. And now in order to eliminate this, in order to only get the JSON data, we are converting into this JSON data. You can see that. So this is meant by this. And now after getting the data, we need to just calculate the length of the array. So in order to get the length of the array, it is pretty simple. We can use data dot length function. That's it. After getting the length, we can calculate the index number of the last index that we want. So it is pretty simple. We can just write here data dot length minus 1. That's it. So this gives the last index of the array. Now it is pretty simple. We need to get our confirmed cases, so we can just declare, we can get the references document.getElement by id. So here we need to provide the id that we have given to it, which is confirmed. Second was recovered, document.getElement by id. So this was recovered. And the last one is for the deaths here. Again document.getElement by id. That's after getting these references, we need to just manipulate the inner HTML of it. So confirmed dot inner HTML, and here we can write here total confirmed cases, put a colon, and then we can concatenate this data index inside square brackets, and there is a property which has confirmed, so this will give the confirmed cases. Likewise, we can do it for the recovered as well. Recovered inner HTML, total recovered cases. So it is pretty simple. We have done in the last video as well. I just wanted to show you the concept of async and await, how to use it with fetch. So these lines are same here. If you have watched my previous video, you will be recognizing these stuffs. Similarly, we can print out the total number of deaths as well. So total deaths cases, total deaths, and then we can concatenate data index dot deaths. That's it. So now the application is complete, guys. So if I just relaunch the application and input India here, click get data, and you can see that cannot read property inner HTML of null. Oh, sorry, we did not want this hat symbol because we only need to provide the ID. So that was the mistake. And now if I refresh it, guys, if I input the country India, click on get data. What is the problem? Oh, sorry, it is not a function. I think this is not a function. We can use the append function. Inner HTML is a property, not a function. Append also do the same thing, so I can use append here. Append is a function, not a property. So now if I input India, click get data, you will see total confirmed cases 81,000, recovered 27,000, and total number of deaths 200,649. I can change the country to Algeria, or Qatar. Now you can see our total confirmed. The previous result was not deleted. So after this we can just do here confirm dot inner HTML to nothing, recovered dot inner HTML to nothing, and deaths dot inner HTML to nothing. So this will delete the previous data which was there. Let me just copy this. Now if you reload this, you will see the results here. If I change the country, now you can see that. So in this way guys, you can just build out this web app using async, await and fetch API working in tandem. So thanks very much for watching this video. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, subscribe this channel, and also hit the notification bell icon, and I will be seeing you in the next video.